tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Sober trudging hump day. It's hump day, which means it's the middle of the week. That's what it means. Don't mess with that. My cat likes to rub up against the fan, but the fan's very touchy. Kind of like us alcoholics, kind of touchy. I don't like this shirt. I think it looks good on me, but it is not comfortable. I will be back. I'll pull Mr. Rogers. All right. I have to change before I leave, but I didn't want to keep you waiting. Okay. Thanks for letting me do that. I apologize. So I just put on a t-shirt. I go to Community Reach Center on Wednesdays. So yeah, I'm like, well, I'll put on a nice shirt for the video too. Yeah, that didn't quite work out. I don't like having a collar. I don't like having a collar. This is my old 2-month chip. I'll be giving it away today. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Waka, waka, waka. Oh, there it is. Got a bunch of my old chips when I was cleaning the other day. I'll put that down so I don't annoy you with tapping it. It's one of the things that when we do the podcast, it's one of the things that I cover in the beginning. I'm like, do you have any pens near you? Do you have any pens near you? Because otherwise you're going to do this. Get rid of it. Is there anybody in, I was just listening to Mother by Pink Floyd. Yeah. Mother, do you think they like this song? Tell me we. Yeah. That actually, the beginning, the song before that is there anybody in the? Actually, no. Then it goes to Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. So I was wrong on that. Well, I was wrong, but I was right because I'm right. I'm always right. I'm a man. Let me explain that to you. We're having fun here. Don't take it seriously. Right. Men's mental health is so bad we have to have 2 months for it. Why are we doing that? Don't get me wrong, I am all about men's mental health. I happen to be one. I have mental health issues. Yeah, it concerns me. Right. Okay. Now we have it in June, but they're doing it again in November, and I'm not sure why. Right. I'm not sure why. Here's the thing. Do we need 2 months? Or are people just adding another one on because they want attention? Hey, you can't go around doing it that way. We have it in June. It isn't that we shouldn't, we should worry about everybody's mental health every day. That would be my concern. All right. Everybody. Okay. So You know, let's not make stuff up to make us look good so that people will follow our stuff. No. It is not Men's Mental Health Month. Okay, that is in June. Thank you for thinking of us. We appreciate that, but we got to do things the right way. Seen two places do. I'm like, I appreciate it, and then they want to argue with me. All right. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just something I noticed. If they want to do it and they want to spread men's mental health, you go for it. But you don't need to sit there and say, you don't need to make all another month for it. You can just say it if you want to. Yeah. Hey, let's focus on men's mental health today. Oh, okay. Tomorrow we'll cover children's mental health. See, we can start to include everybody because a lot of the answers are the same, whether you're a man, woman, child, adult, senior. The answer is kind of the same to our problems. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I hope you're having a good day. It's Wednesday. Another day to go out and show others what the program can do for you, for others, for a lot of people, right? Got another day. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. So sometimes I'm not the best friend. I do my best, but yesterday, and I didn't catch it, and I'm still a little upset with myself, but I don't feel guilty anymore. My friend Amber had 3 years yesterday, and I want to announce it, but I put it in my calendar. I'm like, I ain't missing that again. And I really should have known. This person knows my sobriety birthday, and I should reciprocate. So happy birthday, Amber. I love the fuck out of you. Great job. I'm amazed at what you've done in your sobriety. I love you a shit ton. All right. You know what time it is? It's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. We're going to go to dad jokes because recovery jokes, well, they suck. We got to come up with some better ones. Maybe we should just put out a book about just all recovery jokes. Anyway. Oh, God, these are always the same. What did the alien say to the landscaper? Take me to your weeder. How many apples grow on an apple tree? All of them. Yeah, that wasn't bad. It was all right, right? All right. What did Elvis say to his landscaper? Thank you very much. Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out. All right, one more. What did the mother broom say to the baby broom? Time to go to sleep. Man, audience, you've been great tonight. Thank you. I think I'm laughing more at the soundtrack than I am the jokes. The absolutes. The 4 absolutes. Been a while. I'm going to tell you right now, I forgot about these. I forgot about the 4 absolutes. I mean, I don't know that I've done a live on the absolutes. I probably have. We can find out pretty quick. All you got to do is go to YouTube in the search bar, put in the Daily Trudge. Go to the search bar, right? Absolutes. And we're going to search. Nope, only today. Today is the only one I've ever done, at least out of those 3,000 videos. So, but that's a lot. I had 3,000 videos on YouTube. Over 3,000. I wonder how much it is exactly. Should we try and find out? 3,044. I've had 10,806 views. I joined September 29th, 2019. See, my lives were not on YouTube for the first couple of years. So, all right. So the absolutes. Are you like, Dion, what are the absolutes? Are you going to cover them? Absolutely. It is honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love. All right. This was a foundation. The four absolutes were actually the foundation of Alcoholics Anonymous. They come from the Oxford group. Okay. So before AA had the steps, it had the absolutes. We based our program off of these four things. Notice there's four. Threes and fours are key numbers in recovery. Threes and fours. All right. So they were never meant to shame us, but what they were was a guide. Okay? I'm going to use a couple of different things here. I'm going to go back to my phone because it gave me a little bit better of a breakdown than ChatGPT did, right? The absolutes in AA refer to the four absolutes: honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love, which were the principles from the Oxford group that influenced early AA. While not an official part of AA's 12 steps, some groups and early members used them as a yardstick to evaluate their thoughts and actions before speaking or acting. All right. And I thought this would be a good one for us to remind us that sometimes 80% of the sometimes 80%, well, 80% of the program is just keeping our darn mouth shut. Gotta keep my mouth shut. Gotta close your big yappa. Your yappa, the little flappy thing. In fact, it used to be if you had less than 30 days, you weren't allowed to speak at an AA meeting. It was a rule that we had for a long time. And I still have, there's a part of me that still thinks that should be a rule. Okay. I also think it's wrong. But let's stick to facts on it. Fact. Somebody within 30 days doesn't have much to offer. Fact. Somebody within 30 days has a lot to offer. It just depends on your perception. Newcomers remind us that it doesn't work out there. Absolutely, they are necessary. Okay? I think giving somebody a chance to talk about what's going on and feeling comfortable in the group is more important than forcing them to listen to what I have to say. That's what I believe in. Yes. So I don't care if today's day one for you. If you want to talk and tell us how fucking bad it is right now, then that's great, because then I want you to stick around after the meeting so we can talk and help you. Because what they're doing is giving me information. God forbid I hold space for this person, even though I've heard this story 50 million times. I have. You will too. You're going to hear the same stories over and over again. We have the same stories. So I absolutely believe that people under 30 days should be able to speak. If you're drunk, no. Okay. You've got to be sober first. All right. So let's get to the four absolutes. Absolute honesty. Woo! Being completely thoughtful with oneself and others in thoughts, word, and action. All right. So telling the truth to others starts with telling the truth to ourselves. Am I being honest with myself? Because if I'm not being honest with myself, I'm not going to be honest with you. Now, here's the hard part, because we alcoholics we think that we are being honest. We do. We think we're being honest. It's a weird. I thought I was being honest, when really what I was doing was manipulating. It was that fourth step that really showed me what I was doing. All right. So get to the fourth step to figure out what's going on. All right. Absolute purity, purity of mind, body, heart, and motive. This involves honestly examining one's life and asking if a decision is right or wrong. This is where your intuition is probably going to come into play, right? So, not moral perfection. We're not going for moral perfection, okay? Even though that's something we're going for. I'm reaching for moral perfection, okay? It's just I was reading Chat GPT and I probably should have read it first, right? Okay? Because no, we're not morally perfect, but our morals can have good intentions, okay? And when what I do is so I utilize perfection as something to reach for, something that, okay, that's kind of the goal, even though I know it's not going to happen, but I'm going to utilize it, okay, so that I can make progress, okay? And then I can figure I need to ask my intentions. Why am I doing this? Like earlier when I was talking about putting out, making November Men's Mental Health Month, what was their intention? That's what I was trying to figure out. Was the intention to help other people? Because one of the places that I talked to about it, I'm not big on what they do. I'm not. And it just felt like they were trying to draw people in by making something up. And we ended up on a landing place. But I still feel that way. I don't think it's changed. I don't think that their intentions were good. Okay. Now, at the same time, what if their intentions weren't good, but they were still helping people? Well, I can't really fucking argue with that, can I? It's going to be hard to. So what does it come down to? None of my fucking business. That's what it comes down to. Okay. Do I want to fight that? Okay. Let's say I'm going to say something to them. What is my intention? Well, my intention is I want to correct them. Wasn't a good intention either. So neither side really had the best intentions. Got to look at both sides, man. If I can't look at my side and be honest about what is going on, I'm not going to be able to make the changes I need in order to be a better person. I'm not going to be able to do that. I've got to have an internal honesty. We call it rigorous honesty. Rigorous honesty is an inside job. Inside job. Okay? Absolute unselfishness. When I stopped asking, what do I get, and started asking, what can I give, recovery deepens. The St. Francis prayer, it would be absolutely perfect for absolute unselfishness. Right? Should we read let's read the St. Francis prayer real quick. Let's do that because you probably know it. But gosh, it's good to go back, right? And redo it. I don't remember all of it. Images. No, just all right. Lord, and I don't think this is the full one, but prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi, prayer for peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. See, this isn't the full one, but let's just do it because we need it. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant me I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is by in dying that we are born to external life. Okay? So, let's utilize forgiveness. Hi Amber. I said happy birthday to you earlier and stuff. You can go back watch the rest of the video if you want. It's in the very beginning. Well, about 3-4 minutes in. All right, so forgiveness. It is easier to forgive others than yourself, isn't it? It's almost easier. But if you could do both, then you're doing a good thing here, right? When you forgive others, it's easier to forgive yourself. The gifts that I get in this program is by not expecting any gifts, right? And that is absolute unselfishness. Today I'm gonna go. Today I'm gonna go run the 2 o'clock meeting. I'm not really up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really up for it. I should be getting in the shower right now. I got to be out of here by 1. I'll make it. I shower in like 5 minutes. It was yesterday, so you're gonna let me. This is Amber says it's not my B day today though. Okay, because I work on a when it's your birthday, it's your birthday. Okay, so just like yesterday was your birthday, you can do what you want. This is my show, and if I want to wish you a happy birthday a day late, I can. So nanny boo boo. Yeah, we're fucking around. I tell you, Amber, we just give each other shit all day long. That's how I know she loves me so much because she gives me a lot of shit. Right? It helps with the show because it throws you off for a second. You're like, what the fuck's going on, man? So it helps with the show. She said, don't expect your sponsor to remember your AA birthday. Radically accept that he's busy man and has a life too. I get it though. It does still kind of hurt. Okay. But that's why I put it in. I put it in my calendar and I took a picture of her and sent it to her. I'm like, I'm going to know next year. Now, I do 11/11 a lot, and that's her birthday. So I should have remembered. That's why I'm a little upset that I didn't remember. But I'm done beating up on myself and feeling guilty. So, So here again, when I stop asking, what do I get, and start asking, what can I give? That's when recovery started, right? And we're going to use Amber because remember earlier we were talking about, do new people have something to offer? Well, when she was like 3, 4, she mentions that she found her sponsor on day 3. By day 5, he's like, you can do 12-step work. You know where to find a meeting. You know how a meeting works. You know that we use the Serenity Prayer. There are a lot of little things that even somebody with a week of sobriety can do. I love hearing it. I do. Somebody with 30 days, they can read out of the big book. They can read. In fact, it's good for them to read the daily reflection out loud. They will get something from it. Right? Now, we don't want to overwhelm them with service work, but even in the beginning, right? Absolute love. Loving God and one's neighbor and asking if an action is beautiful or ugly. Right? He told you that on day 3. See, I got a little mixed up. Thank you for correcting that. See, even on day 3. That just proves my point more. Even on day 3, you can help someone. On day 1, you're helping someone just by being there. Okay. Now I need to say this real quick. Do not say in the meeting, newcomers remind me it doesn't work out there. It's rude. We know. We don't need to say it. You can keep that one inside. It's just kind of rude. They're going to be like, you're going to make them feel like shit when you do that. And they already feel like shit. So let's be careful when we say that, right? So love, not just affection, but action, the kind that costs something. Something happened because the cats came flying down the stairs. All right. A great way to do this one. This is what I would recommend. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this book out because maybe we can do this one later. The 5 love languages. Now it says the secret to love that lasts, and there's a couple people on the front. This can help you in your normal relationships. Understanding the 5 love languages can help you with absolute love. Okay. Because at first I'm like, well, how's that going to help with friendship? Because I didn't quite understand what love was. All right. Loving God. Right. So how are they used? This one's not going to be as long. I'm going to be wrapping up here in the next 5-10 minutes. Because I got to get ready. I got to I got a shower. I'm going to read what Amber said, though. She said, I'm going to tell him I can't read this weekend. Payback's a bitch. LOL. Just kidding. Chiefs coming to Denver, bitches. Yeah, she's starting. You are stirring the pot. It's going to be a great game this weekend. I hope it's really close. I hope it's a good game. I hope it's a lot of fun. Of course, I hope the Broncos win. But if they don't, then they don't. We'll still have a better record than the Chiefs, even if we lose. So it's the only thing I got. I'm actually scared to play the Chiefs. They're one team. They're one team. You know, I'm nice about it because I love Amber, but fuck the Chiefs. How's that for absolute love? All right. How they're used. Members use absolutes to guide their conduct, often by asking a series of questions before speaking or acting. Amber says, "Me too," for the close game. Yeah, that's gotta be a tough one for you because she's a fan of both. Man, it's like one of the biggest rivalries we have. They can be used as a guide when faced with two right choices to help discern the most honest and loving path. So these are guides that help us out to find a better answer, the right answer, maybe not a better answer, but the right answer. The principles of the four absolutes are believed to be incorporated into the 12 steps, particularly steps 6 and 7. I could see that because they were talking about perfection, right? So the steps give us a program, the absolutes give us a compass. That's a great way to look at it. So when I'm looking for direction, the four absolutes might be of help to help me find that direction by asking myself a series of questions, right? You can't live by them perfectly, but you can do it consciously. And when I get off course, I can check myself against these four, and it says it's never wrong, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't make that statement. I don't know. I haven't tried it enough to where I would know whether it was wrong or not. So, just being honest. Amber said, we're going back to football here real quick. Bo should have lost that. I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to. No. So, Bo should have lost last week, but not the rest of the Broncos. What about our number one? What about our number one defense? I would agree. Bo needs work badly. I will agree with that. All right. So the absolutes aren't about becoming holy. They're about becoming whole. Right? So if you want to know whether you're walking the walk, measure by honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love. Love. All right, we're going to do today's daily reflection also. We're going to do it today too also. November 12th. There are few absolutes in the program's 12 steps. That's where I got it from. I'm like, oh, the four absolutes. Now, they're not talking about that here. I just saw the words absolute and made the connection. So they're not going to talk about the absolutes here. They're talking about a different kind of absolute. All right. So we're free to start at any point we can or will. God, as we understand him, may be defined as simply a power greater. For many of us in the program, the group itself was the first power greater. So the absolute that they're talking about in this case is that you can find your own higher power. There is no absolute one way. That's what they're saying here, right? And thank God for that. Because if I would have come in and they pushed the Christian God on me, I would have left. I would not have stuck around. The fact that they gave me a choice is what made me stay. Nobody ever gave me choices. Nobody ever said, Dion, you can't go wrong on this one. Nobody ever said, yeah, Dion, that's right, until I got in the program and started doing the work. Okay? So thank God for this. Thank God for Carl Jung, who came up with a power greater than ourselves or a variety of spiritual experiences. We don't need to be religious. And even then, a lot of people, because I say the word God a lot, so people think I'm religious. Okay. And I'm at a point because it actually kind of ticks me off because I don't like being judged. But at the same time, I gotta let them think what they're gonna think. I can't go run around changing everybody's mind. I can only do the best that I can do with what I have today. Right? And this acknowledgement is relatively easy to make a newcomer knows. If a newcomer knows that most of the members are sober and otherwise chemically free, and he or she isn't. Right? So when a newcomer, most members are sober and otherwise chemically free, but he, this admission in the beginning of humility, this is just a weird one. It's hard for me to follow. The submission in the beginning of humility, perhaps for the first time, the newcomer is at least willing to disclaim that he himself or herself is God. Is my behavior more convincing to newcomers than my words? You went through all that just to get to that? Because but the main thing is this. This I can tell you a great place to start with finding a higher power. Admitting that you're not God. That's where we all start. And okay, I'm not God. That's a great start. Good job. Woohoo! Right? Today I pray, may I define and discover my own higher power. As that definition becomes clearer and closer to me, may I remember not to insist that my interpretation is right. For each must find his or her own higher power. If a newcomer feels godless and alone, the power of the group may be enough for now. May I never discredit the power of the group. Today I'll remember group power can be a higher power. Now it all fits. I wish I would have said that at the beginning though. Using the group as your higher power. Absolutely, group of drunks. It is something bigger than you. And it is a great place to start because God talks through his children. Yeah. I used to kind of make fun of people who pick these weird higher powers. I don't anymore. If that's what you decide to choose and it's working for you, I have no comment. Actually, my comment will be good job. Good job. Right? You got to start somewhere. And sometimes it might start out as something silly. When I was 18 and got sober the first time, I decided to make Batman my higher power. That was bigger than me. Batman was bigger than me in my head, Now, there's a lot of foolishness going on with that, don't you think? I mean, it was a start, but didn't show much respect to a higher power, did it? Yeah. Yeah. I was also 18 and extremely immature. I know I just opened myself up for a joke. Go ahead and say it. Say it. Say things like, well, nothing has changed, Dion. You'd be mostly right. I'm still a kid. Okay, I gotta wrap up. I have 45 minutes to get out of here. And I'm just not moving very fast. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for the fun. Thanks for making my day yesterday. You know, yeah, yeah. It's hard to describe. You know, the grassroots group is it's just fucking beautiful. I watched somebody going through something last night. Hey, can anybody talk? Yep, I got you. See it, and I'm just sitting back watching it. I'm not saying anything. It's fucking awesome. All right, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And have a day while you're trudging. Didn't work. And keep on trudging.